guys, welcome back. It is Tech Noir. I'm Jason Dolan.
Seth Slick.
Amanda Cryer.
And we are here doing IMDB versus the Oscars. And we're doing, Amanda and I did Gladiator the other day, the year 2000. Seth and I have actually already gone and done the 90s, the 70s, and the 80s. Check out those videos if you'd like. And now we're going to be, for the 21st century, we're going to go kind of year by year and discuss those. However, I'm already changing it up because we're going to be doing 2001, 2002, and 2003 because the movies that are the top rated films on IMDb for each of those years are The Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, and Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. But only one of those Lord of the Rings won Best Picture. Do you remember which one it was? Amanda! Do you remember? It's okay if you don't.
Oh, God. It was part one.
No, but it should have been part one.
Should have been part one.
Seth, that was Return of the King.
Return of the King. They did the thing. It was kind of like when Star Wars was nominated for Best Picture and then Empire and Jedi didn't even get nominated, even though it's the greatest trilogy of all time. And according to IMDb, if you go back and watch our 1980s episode, but at least they got it right and nominated all of the Lord of the Rings films. I mean, they were such amazing achievements. I remember seeing The Fellowship of the Ring in New York for like a special screening. And this is like a crazy story. We saw the screening, and afterwards we came out and this guy came up to us and he wanted to talk about it. And he was like, I just kind of came by myself, and it was Steve Colbert. Which was so nuts. Like, and it was way before he was famous. It was like Jon Stewart, I think, had just barely been on The Daily Show. But that's the reach of The Lord of the Rings. I mean, it spans generations, and everybody. For me, I never read the books growing up. I played Dungeons and Dragons, but and I read The Hobbit, but I never read The Lord of the Rings. So this was all new to me, and I was just blown away by all three of these movies.
Oh yeah, I mean the scope that Peter Jackson managed to capture along, and this was also one of those moments in in cinema history where it's like he filmed all three of these back to back.
Yes,
it was just, hey guys, guess what? We're gonna go shoot a movie. How long are we gonna be gone? 3 years.
Yes.
So don't plan anything.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
And that was a massive risk for the studios.
And luckily, it was a lot of characters, so people could probably at least take a week vacation here and there. What was interesting is I think a different actor, Stuart Townsend, was hired to play
Aragorn.
Aragorn, right? And he just wasn't working out, sort of like when Eric Stoltz wasn't working out for Back to the Future, and they replaced him with Michael J. Fox, and they brought in Viggo Mortensen, and what a good decision that was.
Oh yeah,
Viggo Mortensen is my favorite character, I think, in the trilogy. I mean, they're all so amazing, but he was just like Han Solo. He was the Han Solo of that trilogy.
Oh, he absolutely was. I mean, I'd say he was my second favorite character.
Oh yeah? Who was your favorite character?
Galadriel.
Ooh, Cate Blanchett.
Oh, God, she's so incredible. And that character, I mean, she was just so magical.
She was one of the few ones that made it into the Hobbit trilogy, right?
That's right.
And
what I love so much about these movies, sorry to cut you off.
No, please.
Is I can remember my mom giving me these books when I was a little girl. And I would read them when I was little, and then she would also read them to me at night. Yeah. And I loved these books growing up. Mm-hmm. And so when the movies came out, it was so odd when they came out. I was like, no way! I mean, these are books from when I was a really, really tiny little girl.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you remember the animated ones?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember watching those.
Yeah, that I remember vividly, which is why I love these so much.
And those movies scared the crap out of me when I was younger.
Yes.
I mean, I was scared.
Yes. No, terrifying. Well, now we're gonna get into a little bit which movies did win Best Picture. In 2001, The Lord of the Rings was nominated, won a lot of Academy Awards, but not Best Picture. And the film that did win was...
2001 was A Beautiful Mind.
That's right. Russell Crowe, Ron Howard,
that's right.
Jennifer Connelly,
Ed Harris.
Ed Harris, and I think that Paul Bettany. And I feel like A Beautiful Mind for me is a very, very good movie. I really do love it a lot. lot.
It is outstanding,
Yes.
in my opinion.
But yeah, it was a good movie, and Ron Howard had done a lot of great films, like from Splash to Parenthood to Apollo 13, and I feel like the Academy was like, listen, this Lord of the Rings thing is amazing, and the back of their head they were like, we'll probably just give it to the third one. So let's give Ron Howard his just desserts this year, and I'm happy that Ron Howard did win.
Oh, me too.
Definitely.
And especially I'm glad he won for Beautiful Mind. And listen, Beautiful Mind, it's ranked 148th all time on the IMDb top 250 list, and Lord of the Rings: Fellowship of the Ring is 11. So I just think it made a much bigger impact in the world, and all of these Lord of the Rings films are ranked very high. And other movies that came out in 2001 that year: Monsters Inc., Spirited Away, Amelie, Donnie Darko. All of those films are, and A Beautiful Mind. All of those films made it into the top 250.
Yeah.
And all great films. And then so in 2002 we have The Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers. And it lost to Seth.
Come on.
That was Chicago.
Chicago.
Okay. See, that's it. Okay, I get it. Yes, it's a fantastic movie.
Mm-hmm.
However, if I was part of the Academy, that wouldn't have won
No.
Best Picture.
I feel like that it was also. I mean, for me, 2002 was all about Catch Me If You Can.
Oh,
That
There you go.
is what should have won
yeah.
Best Picture for me. I was like, come on, DiCaprio should have won. Like, it was such an incredible film.
it was.
But Chicago, I was also actually a huge fan of Chicago, and I liked Renee Zellweger and Richard Gere, and it was great. This was almost like one of those things where like the Golden Globes have Best Comedy and Musical and Best like sort of drama.
Yes.
This would have been a good year for if the Academy did that, where Chicago totally Best Musical.
Of course.
And Catch Me If You Can would have been Best Drama for me. And Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers, while I do understand why it's ranked so high, and it's kind of part of this whole thing, I'm not sure if, for me, it was better than Catch Me If You Can, personally, but I definitely understand why it's ranked so high. It's ranked 15th all time.
For sure.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, well, for me, Lord of the Rings and Chicago are both excellent films, but one of my favorite films that actually came out in 2002 was City of God.
Oh my God!
Yes.
Okay, I
Yes.
was just going to say
Yes.
this. If I had to choose who would have won Best
Yep.
Picture that year, it would have been City of God.
Yep.
No, I don't care if it's a foreign film or anything.
Yeah.
That movie was so difficult to watch. I mean,
totally.
it was like so intense. I had like vivid dreams about that movie after watching
Yeah.
it. I mean, it was harsh. Look at the difference of that. City of God is ranked number 21 on IMDb, and Catch Me If You Can is 236.
236.
So you see what a huge
Yes.
impact City of God has had.
And City of God almost gets up there with Lord of the Rings: Two Towers, which is 15th. So City of God, yes. And if you guys have not seen City of God,
Go see it, find it. It's actually available to watch on Amazon. So if you've got an Amazon Prime account, take 2 hours.
Oh
I
man,
promise.
it's
fantastic.
One
It's
of the greatest films you'll ever see. Crime
Incredible.
dramas.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh.
So now we get to Lord of the Rings: Return of the King, the movie that did win Best Picture. So this is the same. The Academy got it right according to IMDb, and yeah, it totally deserves it. I don't care what people say about the 15 endings. I loved all 15 of them. I had no problem. I really enjoyed it. Other big seminal films this year were Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl, Kill Bill Volume 1 that year. Also amazing.
Yep.
But Old Boy,
Old
that
Boy.
is, again,
That was-
another foreign film that
Yep.
is so amazing.
Yep.
Well, and that's the thing I would say. If the Oscars had awarded the Oscar for Best Picture to Fellowship of the Ring in 2001, I would have fought very hard for Old Boy to win that year because it won the Palme d'Or
Yep.
at Cannes.
Yep.
I know.
It was. I mean,
I don't even think-
I love showing people Old Boy because I'll sit back and watch their reaction. The minute that purple photo album comes in and he just sets it down, I stop watching the movie. I'm watching everybody else.
Yeah.
I love those. I love that reaction. Watching everybody's face just go, what's that? And just people lose their minds because it was just such a messed up thing.
I know.
And just a movie that can generate that kind of a reaction.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Even through that language barrier.
That's exactly. I mean, that is huge. what a like an accomplishment from that director and those actors. You know?
Yeah.
And last, I just got to bring up is Finding Nemo was also that year.
Oh, I loved it.
So good. All right, guys, so that's IMDb versus the Oscars. Let us know what you think. Did the Lord of the Rings trilogy, should it have won all 3 years? Do you consider it the greatest trilogy of all time? Like this page, share, subscribe, and, come back for more. We'll be doing 2004 next. Thank you so much. Tech Noir, I'm Jason Dolan.
Seth Slick.
Amanda Cryer.
All right. Peace out, guys.
Thank you.